Good afternoon. Welcome to the Revere OHSAA preseason fall parent meeting. On behalf of our administrators, Superintendent Dan White, welcome to Revere. Principal Doug Ferris, congratulations on becoming our principal. I'm Athletic Director Don Seeker. I'd like to thank a couple of people. First, Dr. Michael Tefts, our former superintendent, and Dr. Andrew Peltz, our former principal. Best of luck to both of you in your future endeavors. It was great working with you while here at Revere. Also like to congratulate head coach Dave Heidemann and our Revere boys tennis team for the 4th consecutive Suburban League championship. And one of our freshmen, Finn Keenan, also competed in the OHSAA state tennis tournament. Our 4x800 girls relay team of Eleni Bender, Ellie Meach, Kira Lang, and Caroline Wilson also qualified and competed in the OHSAA Division I track championships in Dayton, Ohio. Our boys and girls track teams both qualified multiple athletes to the regionals. Congratulations to our girls lacrosse team, who finished as regional semifinalists, and our softball team, who finished as district runner-ups. Again, I'd like to thank our student athletes, our students, our coaches, parents, and fans for a fantastic spring sports season. Together, you all made Revere community very proud. I'd also like to thank our medical athletic training staff, our team doctor, Dr. Dan Meyer, and our athletic trainers, Hannah Abbott and Logan Kinley, our strength and conditioning coach, Mr. Nico Ramacone, and our booster club president, Jim Mullen, and vice president, Dan Tompkins. Many thanks to these groups for all that they do for the student athletes of Revere. Revere athletic beliefs from the Revere High School Student Handbook. The Revere Local School District believes that participation in school athletics is a privilege, not a right, and can have a direct positive impact on a student's overall high school experience. Revere Local Schools offers numerous opportunities for young men and women to explore and develop their personal skills as part of a team. Athletes are expected to follow the rules and regulations in the RHS Code of Student Behavior, as well as the rules and regulations established by their coaches and other authorities or governing bodies. Our Revere Extracurricular Code of Conduct, the duration of this conduct, the conduct is in effect during the school day at school-sponsored or school-related activities, regardless of whether they're on or off of school property, and anytime the student is out of school, including breaks in the academic calendar. Therefore, a student may be prohibited from participating in extracurricular activities for misconduct, regardless of where or when such misconduct occurs, whether or not the season of the activity or sport is in session. Student athletes and parents are required to review and electronically sign the Code of Conduct on final forms. Revere Extracurricular Code of Conduct regarding attendance. A student athlete must be in attendance at school for half of the school day. We've divided the day in half from 7:34 a.m. to 11 a.m. or from 11 a.m. to 2:37 p.m. Student athletes must be in school in order to participate in any school-sponsored activity that is concluded on that day. This includes practices or competition games. Any extenuating or unforeseen circumstances will be considered by the assistant principal and or the athletic director. In regards to eligibility, student athletes are required to meet all eligibility requirements set forth by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Revere Local School District Board of Education to participate in extracurricular activities. In order to be eligible for the first grading period upon entrance into grade 9, you must have received passing grades in a minimum of 4 classes in the immediately preceding grading period. In order to maintain eligibility for grades 9 through 12, you must have received passing grades in a minimum of 5 1-credit-hour courses or the equivalent in the immediately preceding grading period. Grades 7 through 8 must have received passing grades in a minimum of 4 1-credit-hour classes in the immediately preceding grading period. Transportation. I'd like to again give many thanks to Revere Transportation Supervisor AJ Nightenbach and Assistant Supervisor Alana Carney, who have worked diligently to provide transportation for all of our student athletes. They are anticipating to be able to provide bus transportation to away events for all of our middle school and high school athletic contests this upcoming fall. Students are required to ride to and from athletic contests on district-provided school transportation. In the chance that transportation would not be available, we will continue to utilize the two forms on final forms that are the transportation form that's a Google Doc. If there's unforeseen circumstances or an emergency and you need to transport your child, please make sure you fill this online transportation form out so we have it prior to. Also, there's a form for high school student transportation permission and release form on final forms. And this gives parental permission for high school students to drive to and from athletic events and or practices if it's necessary. And this can also give parental permission for a student athlete to ride home with a parent or guardian of a teammate. Remember, students are not permitted to transport their teammates. Again, we would ask you to please make sure you fill out both of these forms when you're filling out your final forms to make sure that we have them available should we need them. Canceling or rescheduling of athletic contests, beautiful Northeast Ohio weather, unforeseen circumstances. We're going to always err on the side of caution to make sure we don't put our student athletes in harm's way. Typically, if an event gets canceled, the high school events will be rescheduled. Middle school events are usually only rescheduled if both schools can agree on a makeup date. In regards to schedules, please go to our athletic website, revereminutemen.org. Changes, cancellation of schedules, time changes, things like that, so many times are out of our hands. Guarantee for sure things are going to change, and we apologize when these changes affect work schedules, etc. But if you follow the Revere Twitter site and our website, we'll try to make sure that we update that as soon as we know of any changes, so you get that information as soon as possible. Please make sure that you do fill out all final forms online for your student athlete. This includes emergency medical, code of conduct, concussion, sudden cardiac video, impact testing, consent, the transportation release form I talked about earlier, OHSAA eligibility list, authorization form, consent to treat form, participation eligibility form, and again, the OHSAA preseason video in this PowerPoint presentation. Also, we do need the physical examination form completed and on file in the athletic office for your student athlete. The OHSAA physical form is the only form that's accepted. You can download that form directly from Final Forms. If you have any questions, please call the athletic office at high school. In regards to tickets this fall, all home games, pre-sale online tickets will be available at hometownticketing.com. We did work with Ticket Spicket. Hometown Ticketing bought Ticket Spicket out. It's basically the same format. But if you have any questions, again, you can call. It's actually Hometown Ticketing is the group that handles all of the Ohio High School Athletic Association tournaments. So I think most of the parents are pretty well versed at that. There will be cash sales available at all home games. Adult prices are $8. Student prices will be $4 cash. We do permit Revere senior citizens to be admitted for free to our home games. They just simply need to grab a credit card sized pass that they can come into the athletic office to get, or they can actually get them from the ticket sellers at each individual game. For away games this year, pre-sale online tickets are available at different ticket links. Again, most of our away schools do use Hometown Ticketing, but there's a few that don't. Again, if you go to the revereminutemen.org website, we have a list on there of our away opponents and whatever platform that they're using to sell online tickets. And there should be cash tickets available at all away games this year for the Ohio High School Athletic Association. In regards to chain of communication, I know there's sometimes that there needs to be conversations between athletes and coaches, parents and coaches, athletes, parents and coaches. But we do have kind of a chain of command that I'd appreciate if you would follow. Communication between the athletes, parents, and the coaches is definitely key to a successful season. In an event, an issue might arise. Please follow this chain of communication, please. First and foremost, the student athlete should meet and speak with our coach. I mean, I would hope that line of communication is open. and coaches are receptive to speak with our student athletes. Number two, if the parents, you're not getting the answers that you like or you need more, I would invite you to request a meeting with your son or daughter and speak with the coach. And third and finally, if the student athlete, the parent or parents and the coach need to meet with me, I certainly will do that. I don't deal with playing time. That's not my issue here in my office. So if it's a playing time issue, that's definitely a conversation that you would need to have with the coach. The coaches are at every practice and every game. I don't see that. So again, I'm the last resort, certainly willing to meet with you anytime. Just a reminder, it's usually not a good idea to speak with a coach immediately following a game. Emotions are oftentimes running high, not only for the coach, but the parents or both. So if you will, please respect the 24-hour rule before speaking with the coach. Again, if you call my office, the first thing I'm going to ask is, did your student athlete meet with the coach? Have you met with the coach? And then third and foremost, I will certainly sit down and meet with all of the people involved. Sportsmanship. OHSAA's vision for positive sporting behavior is built on expectation. It calls on the school community. That's the administrators, the officials, coaches, students, parents, and fans to strive for positive sporting behavior in everything they do by teaching the values of ethics, integrity, equity, fairness, and respect. That means we all accept the responsibility and privilege of representing our school and community while either participating or observing high school sporting events. Please appreciate good plays from both teams. I think rivalries are better when we have a mutual respect for one another. Please be aware that oftentimes coaches' families or officials' families or families of other players may be around you in the stands, and they certainly don't deserve to or don't need to be subjected to bad language or bad behavior. Our officials are human beings, and they're members of our community or neighboring communities. So please be aware of how you're behaving in the stands and do not get personal towards other people. Collectively, we all need to make sure your children, our student athletes, know that win or lose, we love them. We appreciate their efforts. Please be a fan, not a fanatic. So this completes the video portion of this presentation. The second half of the presentation is the OHSAA required PowerPoint presentation. Please make sure you watch and read through the slides and make sure to sign off on final forms to confirm that you did view the entire presentation. There is my contact information, my email, and my office phone, also my administrative assistant, Helen Leckman's email and office phone number. The Revere Twitter or X account there for Revere Sports 7 through 12. We'll certainly have changes, schedules, information, anything that changes, please follow the Twitter account, X account there. And also there are Revere Sports Booster Club, their Facebook, Instagram, and their Twitter page for any information that you would need regarding Revere Athletics. So thank you again for your attention, and go Minutemen.